Dear friends, welcome back to a healing space for you. Today marks a very special step, our final video in this 30-part journey of the Buddhist teachings. Over the past lessons, we have walked together through letting go, healing, cultivating compassion, and building strength. Now we arrive at the summit. 10 Buddhist Ways to Realize Enlightenment and Inner Peace. The Buddha reminded us that enlightenment is not reserved for saints or sages alone. It is the natural awakening of every heart when ignorance dissolves and wisdom shines. Inner peace is not somewhere far away, blossoms here, in this very moment, when we see clearly and live with compassion. In this final teaching, we gather the essence of the path, step by step, so you can walk with clarity, freedom, and joy. 1. Cultivate right understanding. The first way is to cultivate right understanding. The Buddha taught that ignorance is the root of suffering, and wisdom is the root of liberation. Right understanding means seeing reality as it is, not as we wish it to be. It begins with the Four Noble Truths. Life includes suffering. Suffering has causes. Suffering can end. And there is a path to freedom. When we truly understand these truths, our mind changes. Challenges no longer feel like punishments, but lessons. Pain is not permanent, and joy is not something to cling to. Right understanding reveals interconnection and cause and effect. Like turning on a light in a dark room, it helps us walk without stumbling. Each time you pause and reflect, this moment is impermanent, you water the seed of wisdom. With practice, understanding grows into peace. 2. Practice deep mindfulness. The second way is to practice deep mindfulness. The Buddha said, mindfulness is the path to the deathless. It is not simply paying attention. It is the art of seeing clearly. Through mindfulness of breath, body, feelings, and thoughts, we awaken to the present. Instead of being dragged by worries of the past or anxieties of the future, we rest in the here and now. Imagine drinking tea slowly, noticing its warmth and fragrance. In that simple act, peace is already present. Mindfulness is training the mind to return again and again to this clarity. It helps us notice patterns: anger arising, craving pulling, fear whispering, and gently release them before they take root. The more mindful we are, the less enslaved we become to habits. Each mindful breath is a step toward enlightenment, because it breaks the chain of ignorance and reconnects us with life as it is. 3. Let go of ego. The third way is to let go of ego. The Buddha revealed that suffering grows when we are trapped in the illusion of I, me, mine. We spend endless energy protecting an identity that is fragile, and ever enlightenment dawns when we realize the self is not a solid rock but a flowing river shaped by causes and conditions, never fixed. When ego loosens, life becomes lighter. Insults no longer cut so deep. Praise no longer inflates the mind. You see yourself as part of the great web of life, not an isolated fragment. Like a wave realizing it is water, you awaken to boundless being. This shift dissolves pride and fear, making space for humility and freedom. To practice Observe when mine arises, my success, my pain, my opinion. Then gently remind yourself, all things come and go, none belong to me. In this seeing, ego softens and peace shines. 4. Cultivate compassion and loving kindness. The fourth way is to cultivate compassion and loving kindness. The Buddha taught, hatred never ends by hatred, but by love alone. Enlightenment is not only clear seeing, it is also boundless caring. When you wish happiness for all beings, friends, strangers, even those who harmed you, the heart expands beyond measure. Compassion does not mean weakness. It is the strength to meet suffering with tenderness rather than anger. Imagine holding a wounded bird. You cradle it carefully, not with judgment, but with care. In the same way, when someone hurts you, look deeper. They too are trapped in ignorance. With compassion, we break the cycle of hatred, practicing phrases like, may all beings be safe, may all beings be free from suffering, rewires the mind toward love. Over time, this practice dissolves walls of separation and reveals our shared humanity. 5. Embrace silence and meditation. The fifth way is to embrace silence and meditation. Enlightenment is not found in noise and distraction, but in stillness. The Buddha meditated beneath the Bodhi tree until awakening. In silence, we rest the restless mind, like a lake that reflects the sky only when calm. Meditation is not escape. It is intimacy with life. Sitting quietly, watching the breath, noticing thoughts rise and fall, you discover that behind the storm of the mind lies a vast sky of awareness. This discovery is peace itself. Meditation also strengthens concentration, allowing insights to deepen. Just as sharpening a blade makes it cut cleanly, sharpening the mind makes wisdom clear. Each day, even 5 minutes of silence plants seeds of awakening. Over time, the stillness becomes your refuge, wherever you are. 6. Live in harmony with nature. The sixth way is to live in harmony with nature. The Buddha often taught outdoors in forests, by rivers, under the open sky. He reminded us that nature mirrors Dharma. Everything arises, changes, and passes away. A flower blooms and fades. A river flows endlessly. The moon waxes and wanes. By observing nature, we learn impermanence without words. When we live simply, consuming less and respecting all beings, peace arises naturally. Modern life pulls us into excess, but simplicity frees us. Walking barefoot on grass, listening to birds, or tending a garden, all these reconnect us with the truth of interdependence. You realize, I am not separate from the tree that gives me oxygen, or the soil that feeds my food. Harmony with nature is harmony with self. In this way, daily life becomes a meditation on connectedness and gratitude. 7. Walk the Noble Eightfold Path. The seventh way is to walk the Noble Eightfold Path, Buddha's complete map for liberation. It begins with right view and right intention, then guides how we speak, act, and live right speech, right action, right livelihood. It trains our energy and awareness through right effort, right mindfulness, right concentration. The path is not linear, but holistic. Each tractor supports the others. Together, they shape a life of clarity and compassion. For example, mindful speech prevents harm. Right livelihood ensures our work nourishes rather than destroys. Right concentration deepens meditation. To walk this path is to integrate wisdom into every corner of life. Even small steps, choosing honesty, practicing patience, working ethically, align us with awakening. The Eightfold Path is not an abstract philosophy. It is the Buddha's practical gift for everyday freedom. 8. Practice equanimity. The eighth way is to practice equanimity, the unshakable heart. Life will bring praise and blame, gain and loss, joy and sorrow. Most of us swing like a pendulum, thrilled by success, crushed by failure. Equanimity steadies the mind like a mountain unmoved by storms. This does not mean indifference. Equanimity is caring deeply, but not clinging. It is loving without attachment, working without obsession, resting without fear. When anger flares, equanimity cools it. When desire pulls, equanimity loosens the grip. Imagine standing in the middle of a busy marketplace, noise, arguments, temptations, and yet remaining calm. This calm is strength. Through equanimity, we are no longer enslaved by conditions. We live wisely, free to respond rather than react. And in this freedom, peace naturally flowers. 9. Realize interconnectedness. The ninth way is to realize interconnectedness. The Buddha taught inner being, nothing exists alone. A sheet of paper holds sunshine, rain, soil, and the logger's labor. In the same way, our very breath depends on trees, our food on farmers, our health on countless beings. When we realize this, gratitude awakens. Loneliness fades because we see we are never truly alone. Harming another is harming ourselves. Loving another is loving ourselves. This truth softens greed and fear. Because we no longer chase endlessly for more, we realize we already belong. To practice, reflect daily. Who made my meal possible today? Whose kindness supports me? Each awareness dissolves separation. Enlightenment shines when the illusion of isolation breaks. We discover a vast web of life, and in that web, deep peace. 10. Rest in awakening. The 10th way is to rest in awakening. Enlightenment is not in the future, it is here, when the heart is free. To rest in awakening means to live each moment with clarity and compassion. Without clinging or fear. Imagine a mountain, tall and still. Winds howl, rains fall, snow covers it, yet it remains unmoved. This is the awakened heart. It does not withdraw from life. It embraces life fully, but with freedom. You still love, work, and care, but peace no longer depends on outcomes. Success or failure, health or sickness, birth or death, all are seen as passing clouds. Beneath them, your true nature is luminous, vast, unshakable. To rest in awakening is to recognize this mind is radiant. True happiness is not in grasping, but in releasing. Awakening is not an escape, but a full embrace of life, exactly as it is. The Buddha's gift is freedom. Freedom from ignorance, fear, and craving. And in that freedom, peace beyond words. Dear friends, as we close this 30-part journey, let us reflect. Enlightenment is not about becoming someone else. It is about remembering who you truly are, awareness itself, vast and compassionate. Each of these 30 teachings is a step on the same path toward clarity, freedom, and love. Do not think the journey ends here. Every breath is a chance to awaken. Every act of kindness is a spark of enlightenment. Peace is not a distant dream. It is here, waiting in your heart. As you walk, stumble, and rise again, remember the Buddha's words: you are your own master. No one saves you but yourself. Walk your path with diligence. Thank you for walking with me through these 30 videos. May you carry these teachings into your daily life, planting seeds of awakening in every step. If this video brings you peace, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. To Anara Healing Space for you, so together we can continue spreading wisdom and compassion. Namaste.